What's up, guys? Carpenters and Cars here. I'm out here today tinkering with the Comet, and I just was kind of curious if these long tube headers that I got will fit this car. I got these headers from the same guy who sold me the car 2 years ago, and when he sold them to me, they were in the back seat of a Galaxy that he had sitting in the field next to this car. He told me these headers would fit in this car, but I lay in bed at night wondering if that's true or not. So I'm just going to bring them out here today and stick them in there and just kind of look and see if it's going to work. I don't know, but let's see. This guy's going to be my left side. Maybe I set my coffee cup down because it's pretty cold. I don't know if they're gonna fit this thing or not. I really don't know. These headers almost look like they're for a Mustang or something. I don't know. This one is the, this is the driver's side. Obviously it's really hard to tell without the motor being in here, but I really like these headers. I think they look really cool, and I did wrap them. It's my thing. I think that looks really neat. It's the first time I ever wrapped any headers. I don't know if I did a good job or not. What do y'all think? I don't know. Can't lose you. Gotta have that guy. So, anyways, let me grab the camera and I'll bring you guys in here for a closer view. I just don't know if they're gonna fit. It's one of those things where somebody told me something, and the more that I set them down in here, I just don't really think they're gonna fit. I don't, especially this guy. It's so hard to tell with there being no motor in here, but they're just, this side just doesn't seem like there's going to be enough room, and the tail is kind of kicked over towards the transmission tunnel there. I don't know. I like those thick flanges though. They seem like some pretty well made headers for some no-name off-brand stuff. Gosh, I'm excited to get this thing back together, and I just don't want there to be any issues. I want these things to fit. I want them to fit. I want to put this guy right here, right back down in there, and I want them to fit. I want there to be no issues. Oh, one more thing that's on the back of my mind. I actually had a conversation earlier with the old car channel and told him about my concerns about the transmission. And the transmission that I had for this car was an old early 60s Ford Cruise-O-Matic. We'll go over here and take a look at it. Gosh, it's just going to be cold out here tonight. And I'm in South Carolina. It's just not supposed to get that cold here, but it is. We're talking 18 degrees tonight. The pipes are going to freeze. Maybe not. Anyways, that's it. That's it right there. And I'll get down here and show you guys the numbers on this thing. Oh, it looks to be upside down. Well, that doesn't do anything either, does it? It's old and it's crusty, but it did work. When the 289 was in the car, it did work. Hello, Shop Lion. How are you? How are you, kitty? Keeping the rats away? Huh? Meh. Meh. Ah. He's vicious. His name's Kevin. He's Kevin the cat, and he's been around here for a while. Look at those fangs. Goodness gracious. I don't think he'd do this if I didn't have gloves on. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. The panther. The yard panther. Yeah, anyways, so early 60s Ford Cruise-O-Matic, and the problem that I have is it's not going to bolt up. The bolt pattern's different. Let's see how many bolts we got. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and over here 5. Yeah, so it's a 5-bolt bell housing, so it's just got to be old. And the problem is it will not bolt up to the new Windsor block. Just gonna have to get a new transmission, I guess. I mean, that's what I'm doing, is I'm trying to thicken up my envelope so I can get a new transmission. I already bought the bracket for a newer model, newer style C4 transmission. The bracket I need to hook it to this car right here. So I'm really just kind of trying to make this video so if somebody sees it who knows more about this than I do, they can hopefully steer me in the right direction. But it's coming, guys. It's coming. My envelope's getting a little fatter, and maybe after tax time we'll just have enough money to go ahead and drop it on in there. I'm so excited. So how many of you guys know who this is right here? Somebody knows. Somebody. I'm not going to say anything, but leave it in the comments if you know who this guy is right here. And yeah, those are the specs on the cam and my motor. Not too big. I think that's the perfect cam for just a daily driver, grocery getter type car. But hopefully she'll sound good. You know, just a quick update on this. I did bolt down everything with nice ARP hardware. Everything's bolted down now. And please don't pay attention to these crappy valve covers. These are not what I'm going to run. But I'm just trying to keep the dust and bugs and whatnot off of this. But yeah. ARP hardware. Hopefully that's the proper thing to use. And something else that I really haven't mentioned is this is something that I custom made for my timing marks. I don't really know a whole lot about any of this, but I think that's going to be a good way to figure out what my timing is. I'm almost there, guys. Almost. We can make it through the next couple of weeks, then hopefully I'll have a good video. See, I'm just stuck on looking at parts and seeing, you know, just trying to get everything together. And I'm addicted to this magazine right here. She'll be running soon. Everything comes together, then you guys will see this on Power Tour this year. I'm going to start wrapping everything up tonight and get back in the house because it's cold and almost out of coffee. I think after I get my transmission, I might go buy a camera so I can make some better videos and maybe put one on my head so we can do some better point of view stuff. I don't know. I got ideas, but this video and YouTube really isn't my thing, but I do think it's fun. One more shot of the car. And one more thing I want to tell you guys is, you know, all these suspension components, all that's brand new hardware. Brand new stuff. Brand new control arms down there and sway bar linkages. And I used the same sway bar and Z bars down there. Let me see. Yeah. Oh, excuse me, Putty Tat. So, but it's all new bushings, and I did paint them up, try and make everything look better. And I got to get some new brakes, guys. These old drum brakes are kind of sketchy. I'm gonna name this thing Fajita because I'm always coming in hot. But I've been watching the old car channels build of his Mercury Comet, and the lead brakes that he put on his car will be one of my next purchases. But you know, we'll get around to that when we can afford it. But man, is she not sexy. I'm just so excited to get on the road with this thing and have some fun. But Carpenters and Cars. Catch you guys next time.